camera right? As this video states, I quit my very cushy, high-end private practice job without having another job lined up. And I'm gonna tell you why. All throughout dental school, we always hear private practice is the way to go, corporate offices, like your Monarch Dental, your Jefferson Dental, your more corporations type of dentistry, they're not good because they make you, it's like mass production and it's just like boom, 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 boom. There's no patient care. There's no one-on-one time with the patient. It's all very numbers based and not patient focused. And so because of that, I definitely wanted to try and find a private practice job. And so I made that a priority. My third year of dental school, I started trying to make connections with people, with practice owners to find a job. And thankfully I did. I found a great mentor who later became my boss in private practice. And I worked at the practices for almost a year. I think it was like maybe 11 months. But ultimately I decided to leave because though I was learning a ton and though I was getting a ton of experience and learning about practice management and dentistry, like advanced dentistry that is, Invisalign, implants, and all this stuff, it was great. For me, it was just too unstable. And what I mean when I say that is some days it would be busy and I'd see 15 patients. Other days it would be, I see one, maybe two. And when you are getting paid based on the amount of patients, not amount of patients you see, but the amount of treatment that you do, that's not good. And it got to a point where I wasn't able to pay for bills. I couldn't pay my rent. I had to ask my parents to help me pay my rent 1 month. There was a time where I didn't buy groceries for like a month because I literally could not afford to. So what I did, I just ate whatever was left in my pantry. And it was hard. And I mean, it was my boss, he was great. He was a great mentor. We spoke openly about this, but ultimately I decided that this was not sustainable for me and I couldn't build the life that I wanted to build. I couldn't save, I couldn't plan for the future or anything like that with such an unstable environment. And I gave it about a year and just realized it wasn't good for me at that point in my life. What I needed was a stable job that would give me a reliable source of income and where I'd still be able to learn and grow as a dentist and become better. So in terms of the timeline that this all happened, I remember I decided that I was going to leave my job on I think a Friday or a Thursday, and then that following Monday I quit, I gave my notice of resignation. So yeah, that Monday I quit. The next day I had 5 job interviews lined up, and by Thursday I had been given a job offer. So call it faith, call it impulsiveness, call it luck. I don't call it luck. But the way I did that is I talked with so many people before making my decision. I talked with mentors, I talked with friends, I talked with friends who are in dentistry, I've talked with friends who are out of dentistry, I talked with my parents, I talked to God. And ultimately, I knew that this was the right decision for me. It was very, very, very hard because I love working where I worked. I love the people that I worked with. I love the flexibility of it. There are definitely big privileges that come with working in private practice. However, I knew that the focus of my life needed to be on building a future for myself and my future family. And where I was, it just wasn't feasible for me. As when I decided to pursue that I was gonna do this, I applied to 11 jobs on, what's it called? Indeed. I applied to so many jobs, and as long as they were within my range in terms of like where I wanted to work. To be real, I didn't want to work in a Medicaid office because I had started temping because I wasn't making enough money, so I started temping. Once I got exposed to it, I just found that it wasn't for me. Going from private practice to Medicaid would be a huge, huge transition, and I really value being able to get to know my patients and talk with them and spend time with them, and just Medicaid was just too fast-paced for me. And so it came down to 2 places, one where I work now, Mint Dentistry, and then to another, I mean, it's not a private practice, but it definitely has like a private practice feel. It was more of a high-end cosmetic dentistry focused practice about 30 minutes away from me. So it was a distance. Ultimately, I decided to go with Mint because of the location, the reputation, and the reliability of patients. I hesitated with the other practice because I didn't want to end up in a similar situation to where I had been, because I was a new doctor, I wasn't receiving as many patients, or I had to do my own marketing to bring patients into the office. I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted somewhere that had a strong base where I could just jump in and dive right in, head like feet first. So yeah, now I'm at Mint and I'm really enjoying it. I love where I work. The people I work with are great as well. And I think this is where I'm supposed to be right now. And I don't have any plans into the future at the moment. I mean, of course, I always have plans. I always have ideas of where I want to go, but nothing concrete. Right now, I'm just focused on becoming a better dentist, saving, paying off credit cards, and starting to build my own wealth, my own personal wealth, like getting rid of those liabilities like credit cards, and building up, like looking into buying a home, looking into building up my YouTube and getting back into that, dedicating more time to it, finishing my master's. These are all things that I really, really, really wanted to do while I was in my old job, but it wasn't possible with what I was making. But yeah, I think that's it. I welcome any questions you guys might have about the process of finding a job. I will say, biggest thing I've told my friends who are recently graduating, all that glitters is not gold. And just because something sounds amazing doesn't mean it will be amazing. And just because something sounds terrible doesn't mean it will be terrible. There are sacrifices that are made with any type of job you pursue. And I understand that now, and my expectations are more leveled. And yeah, I'm happy where I'm at, and we'll see what the future holds. But yeah. And also, I'm traveling so much more. Like, that's stuff that I wasn't able to do before. But yeah, I'm just really grateful. I'm grateful for where I'm at, where I'm going. The world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want, anything I put my mind to. And yeah, let me know if you guys have questions in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. I'll see y'all next time.